The young and the restless spoilers Damian had finally found a ray of hope in a world that had grown increasingly dark and unpredictable, Lily. To him, she was a beacon of light in the midst of chaos, a woman whose presence ignited a sense of happiness and purpose that he had long forgotten. For Damian, every moment with Lily was a reminder that even in a broken world, love and hope could still thrive. Yet beneath her captivating smile and gentle demeanor lay a secret that haunted those who knew her well, the question of her loyalty. Time and again, whispers spread among their circle that Lily had betrayed those who trusted her, leaving behind a trail of broken promises and shattered hearts. It was a mystery that was as perplexing as it was heartbreaking. How could someone who offered so much comfort also sow so much pain? The conundrum of Lily's nature became even more evident during a quiet evening when Damian and Amy found themselves reunited. Their reunion was not born of shared history alone, but also through the tender words and relentless optimism that Lily had imparted. She had spoken with such conviction about the power of forgiveness, the importance of letting go of resentment, and the possibility of rebuilding even after life had beaten them down. Life isn't easy, she had told them, but we owe it to ourselves to forgive, to let go, and to embrace the moments of joy that come our way. Her words had mended the fractured bond between Damian and Amy, reawakening memories of shared laughter and mutual support. And yet, as much as her counsel healed old wounds, it left lingering doubts about her own reliability, a duality that made her all the more enigmatic. In the midst of these emotional currents, the future of Lily and Damian's relationship hung in a delicate balance. Plans of uniting their lives were swirling around them like autumn leaves in the wind. The idea of a wedding, a symbol of commitment, a promise to face life's challenges together, was enticing. Alternatively, the prospect of welcoming a new life into their fold, a child who could embody the union of their dreams and struggles, had also been floated as a possibility. Damian, whose heart was set on building a family, cherished the thought of sharing his legacy with a child, a living symbol of hope and renewal. However, fate, in its own mysterious way, had decided to intervene. One fateful morning, Lily discovered she was unexpectedly pregnant with Damian's child. The news was a paradox wrapped in joy and trepidation. On one hand, it was a miracle, a sign that perhaps the future could be as bright as the love they shared. On the other hand, it complicated matters in ways neither of them had foreseen. Lily already had 2 children, bright and loving souls who had brought her immense joy in the past. And now, this new pregnancy was a twist in a narrative that was already laden with uncertainties. For Lily, who had long decided that her family was complete, the thought of expanding it further was overwhelming. She was a woman defined by her fierce independence and strength of will, and the prospect of adding another child to her life felt like an insurmountable challenge. The revelation of the pregnancy ignited a storm of conflicting emotions within their home. Damian, ever the optimist and the dreamer, embraced the news with an enthusiasm that bordered on fervor. To him, the new life represented not just a continuation of their love, but also a promise, a tangible symbol that no matter how tumultuous their past, the future could be built anew. He envisioned a wedding where vows were exchanged under a canopy of hope, or perhaps the gentle laughter of a child filling their home as the ultimate testament to their resilience. His heart ached with longing to see their family grow, to nurture yet another life that could mend the broken pieces of their past and forge a path toward redemption. Yet Lily, confronted with this unexpected twist, found herself grappling with an internal war. The prospect of another pregnancy was not just a biological event, but a profound emotional reckoning. Memories of past betrayals, the weight of societal expectations, and the looming question of her own loyalty to those who had come to depend on her all converged into a maelstrom of uncertainty. In the quiet solitude of her thoughts, she wondered, can I truly promise to remain loyal? Can I overcome my own tendencies to betray the trust that has been placed in me? These questions haunted her, as she had once been known for her mercurial nature, a trait that made her both alluring and unpredictable. As days turned into weeks, the tension between hope and hesitation grew. Damian, aware of the complexity of Lily's feelings, embarked on a heartfelt journey to understand and support her. He recalled the countless times she had spoken about the beauty of forgiveness and the liberation that came from embracing life's unpredictability. With gentle reassurances and passionate pleas, he reminded her of all the reasons they had fallen in love. "Lily," he would say, "life may not be easy, but it's in our darkest moments that we discover our true strength. I want to build a future with you, a future where our love is the bedrock of everything we do. Please, let's not close ourselves off to this new chapter." Damian's persistence was driven by a genuine desire to honor both the promise of a new life and the essence of their shared dreams. He knew that Lily was strong, fiercely independent, and at times, rebellious against the constraints of expectations. Yet it was precisely these qualities that had drawn him to her in the first place. In the tangled corridors of their emotions, he believed that the promise of a family, a tangible manifestation of their commitment, could serve as the catalyst for a deeper, more enduring connection. He envisioned a future where each challenge they faced together would only strengthen the bonds between them. However, the journey toward reconciliation and acceptance was fraught with uncertainty. Friends and confidants, who had witnessed Lily's tumultuous past, were divided in their opinions. Some believed that her unpredictable nature was a ticking time bomb, a potential source of future heartache. Others saw in her the capacity for change, the possibility that love and commitment could transform even the most flawed soul. The community that surrounded them was a microcosm of life itself, filled with doubts, hopes, and the eternal question of whether one could ever truly change. In intimate conversations with Amy, who had also been touched by Lily's poignant words, Damian explored these themes further. They discussed the importance of forgiveness, not just forgiving others, but also oneself. "We all carry scars from our past," Amy confided, her eyes reflecting both wisdom and sorrow. "Sometimes, the only way to move forward is to accept that the person we were does not define who we can become." Her words resonated deeply with Damian, reinforcing his determination to create a future where mistakes were not chains but stepping stones toward something greater. As the due date approached, the couple found themselves at a crossroads. Lily's initial resistance began to soften under the gentle persuasion of Damian's unwavering hope and the collective support of those who believed in second chances. They started to discuss, in hushed tones and tender moments, what their future might look like. Would the wedding be the celebration of a love that had overcome so much, or would the arrival of their child herald a new beginning, one where forgiveness, resilience, and love triumphed over all doubts? In the quiet moments before sleep, when the world outside was cloaked in darkness and the only sound was the rhythmic beating of their hearts, Lily and Damian would sit together and imagine a life where every trial was met with compassion and every moment of pain transformed into an opportunity for growth. The question of loyalty, the specter of past betrayals, and the uncertainty of what the future held all melted away into the background of a love that was raw, real, and desperately beautiful. Yet, as they navigated this tumultuous terrain, a lingering thought remained: how would they reconcile the past with the promise of tomorrow? For Damian, every heartbeat was a promise of new beginnings, a chance to prove that love could indeed conquer all. For Lily, the path was less clear, a labyrinth of memories, missteps, and the weight of expectations. Still, in the quiet glow of dawn, as they held each other close, both knew that the journey ahead was one they would traverse together, no matter how winding or uncertain the road might be. The challenge was immense, and the stakes were higher than ever. With the new life growing within her, Lily faced the ultimate test of her resilience and the true depth of her capacity to love. Damian's gentle insistence and passionate vision for their future became the cornerstone of their fragile hope. He was determined to show her that sometimes, the most profound acts of love required not just forgiveness, but a bold leap of faith into the unknown. In the end, the story of Lily and Damian was not just about a pregnancy or the prospect of a wedding. It was a testament to the complexities of human nature, a tale of hope, betrayal, resilience, and the indomitable power of love to heal even the deepest wounds. As they prepared to welcome this unexpected chapter, they embraced the uncertainty with open hearts, knowing that the true test of loyalty and commitment was not in the absence of doubt, but in the courage to move forward in spite of it. And so, in the twilight of their shared existence, as the past whispered its haunting secrets and the future beckoned with the promise of redemption, Lily and Damian stood together, ready to face whatever came their way, ready to rewrite the narrative of their lives. Their journey was far from over, and the answers to the lingering questions about loyalty, betrayal, and the choices that defined them would continue to unfold with every step they took into the unknown. Amy and Damian arranged a quiet, heartfelt meeting with Lily in a secluded corner of their favorite cafe, a small haven away from prying eyes and the cacophony of everyday life. It was a moment deliberately set aside for reflection and honest conversation, a time when the complexities of their intertwined lives could be laid bare and examined without the pressures of a bustling world. Amy, always the voice of calm reason, gently urged Lily to take a long, hard look at her current situation, emphasizing that this was not just about love but about understanding one's own heart and the weight of one's decisions. Damian, his eyes filled with both hope and uncertainty, listened intently as Amy spoke. For Damian, this meeting was more than a casual conversation, it was a turning point. He had always believed in the idea of a love that could conquer any obstacle, but deep down, a part of him was troubled by the rapid pace at which events had unfolded. His heart raced at the prospect of a future with Lily, yet he wondered if he was truly prepared for the lifelong commitment that marriage demanded. Was his readiness to wed a testament to his unyielding optimism, or was it a leap of faith propelled by the sheer intensity of his emotions? The gentle words exchanged in that intimate setting carried an undercurrent of caution. While love could indeed be transformative, rushing into it might come at a steep price. Outside the warmth of their little sanctuary, Nate and Devon were reeling from their own revelations. They had learned about Lily's unexpected pregnancy with Damian, a piece of news that struck them like a bolt of lightning. For Nate and Devon, both longtime confidants in the ever-tumultuous lives of those caught in the whirlwind of passion and betrayal, this pregnancy was not merely a blessing or a miracle. Instead, they saw it as a monumental mistake that threatened to unravel the delicate fabric of relationships that had been painstakingly woven over time. In their eyes, this was not the beginning of a new chapter of hope, but rather an error that required immediate attention and correction, lest it set in motion a chain of events that could lead to irrevocable heartbreak. Lily, meanwhile, sat quietly in contemplation. The meeting had forced her to confront not only her own desires and doubts but also the expectations of those around her. She had always been known for her independence, a woman who carried the weight of her choices with both grace and stubborn resolve. Yet, the revelation of her pregnancy with Damian's child brought forth a tidal wave of emotions that she had not anticipated. With 2 children already enriching her life, the prospect of another seemed at once miraculous and overwhelming. Would this new life, born out of a love that was as passionate as it was unpredictable, strengthen the bond between her and Damian, or would it become yet another source of contention and regret? The air in the cafe grew heavy with unspoken thoughts and conflicting feelings. Amy's soft voice broke the silence, urging Lily to take the time she needed, a reminder that clarity does not come in a rush. "Lily," she said, her tone both kind and insistent, "you need your own space to think about what you truly want. This isn't just about any decision, it's about shaping the rest of your life. Let yourself breathe, and when you're ready, give Damian your answer. We all need to be sure that we're not just chasing a fleeting moment of happiness, but building something enduring." Her words resonated deeply, serving as both a reassurance and a call for caution. Damian, for his part, was visibly torn. On one side of the emotional spectrum lay his intense desire for commitment, a future where he could build a home filled with laughter, shared dreams, and the tangible symbol of their love in the form of a wedding or a child. His heart clung to the hope that this new life might be the catalyst for a stronger, more profound connection between him and Lily. On the other side, however, lay the fear of a rushed decision that could lead to regret and heartbreak. Could he truly be ready for marriage, or was his longing for a family simply a reaction to the intensity of the moment? His mind raced with thoughts of the future, each scenario more uncertain than the last. As the conversation drew to a close, Nate and Devon's voices lingered in the background of Lily's thoughts. They had expressed their dismay and disapproval rather bluntly. This pregnancy was a mistake in their eyes, a divergence from the path of rational decision-making that had guided them in the past. Their shock was not rooted in a desire to harm or control, but in a profound concern for the well-being of everyone involved. They believed that such a monumental change needed careful planning and a thorough understanding of the consequences before leaping forward. In their view, both Lily and Damian had to acknowledge that while love was a powerful force, it also required a measured, thoughtful approach to avoid pitfalls that could scar the future. Lily's gaze shifted from one face to another, absorbing the earnest expressions of Amy, the conflicted determination of Damian, and the mixed apprehension of Nate and Devon. In that moment, the reality of her situation crystallized. She was at a crossroads where every decision carried a heavy burden, and where the line between passion and peril was perilously thin. The love she shared with Damian was undeniable, yet the complications of their circumstances painted a picture that was far from simple. It was a narrative filled with both hope and warning, a tapestry woven with threads of desire, responsibility, and the fear of making an irreversible mistake. In the quiet aftermath of their meeting, Lily retreated into the sanctuary of her own thoughts, seeking the solitude necessary to navigate the maze of her emotions. She knew that her answer to Damian's unspoken proposal of a future together would shape not only her destiny but also the lives of those who cared about her. For now, she needed time, a private space to ponder the intricate interplay of love, commitment, and the uncertain future that lay before her. As the day gave way to dusk and the shadows grew long, a lingering question hung in the air like a fragile promise. Is Damian truly ready for the commitment that marriage demands? Could the fiery passion that had ignited so many moments of joy also burn too fiercely, leading them down a path of unintended consequences? Their love was a potent mix of desire and uncertainty, a blend that could either fortify their bond or lead to painful regrets. The swift current of their emotions reminded everyone that rushing into decisions without understanding the depths of one's feelings could prove to be a costly mistake. The audience, watching, listening, and perhaps even living through the echoes of similar dilemmas in their own lives, is left to ponder. What do you think about this love affair? Is it a testament to the enduring power of passion and hope, or a cautionary tale about the dangers of rushing into commitment without fully knowing one's heart? As Lily takes the necessary time to reflect, her silence is as potent as any declaration. Her need for space speaks volumes, inviting each of us to consider the value of patience in love, a reminder that sometimes, the most important answers come not from rushed decisions, but from quiet moments of introspection. In the end, the lives of Amy, Damian, Lily, Nate, and Devon are bound together by the intricate threads of choice, consequence, and the delicate dance between heart and mind. Their story is not simply one of love and conflict, it is a living narrative about the struggle to balance hope with caution, the thrill of new beginnings with the wisdom of experience. As the chapter draws to a close, one thing remains clear: the journey ahead is as unpredictable as it is transformative, and only time will reveal whether this passionate, yet tumultuous love affair will lead to a future filled with joy, or if the mistakes of the past will cast long shadows over the promise of tomorrow. So, what do you think? Is this the beginning of a love that will stand the test of time, or are the seeds of potential heartbreak already sown?